Let's open the book on this. Today in Portland, a ballot initiative is under fire over claims it misled the public about police funding.
All right, let's set the stage for this one. Big accusations around signature gathering, and the ripple effects could be huge for how city funds get used.
I'm Leah.
And I'm Garrett. Welcome to Laid Back Local, the news of the day, with Leah and Garrett from Portland.
First up, allegations have surfaced that canvassers gathering signatures for a Portland ballot initiative were trained to mislead people about what the measure would do. Allegations means claims not yet proven, and they're now under investigation. Here's the core. The initiative would redirect 25% of the city's Clean Energy Community Benefits Fund, often called the Clean Energy Fund, to the Portland Police Bureau to hire more officers. The campaign reportedly began collecting signatures in early May, and by early June, complaints had been filed, saying canvassers were instructed to obscure the police funding angle. One detail jumped out. People say canvassers were told to hide the word police from potential signers. A Washington, D.C. firm named Fieldworks, which runs signature drives, is managing the effort. If it passes, it could mean a significant increase in police staffing, and the Clean Energy Fund has brought in more revenue than expected, which adds a financial backdrop to why it's being targeted. The point under scrutiny is transparency. Were people told clearly that this is in large part about police funding?
Yeah, that hits different. Signatures are supposed to be about informed consent. If the training really told folks to skate around the word police, that's pretty unsettling. Why hide it if that's the central point? Campaigns should be upfront so people know exactly what they're backing. Transparency is the whole ballgame here.
Real talk. The investigation is active and nothing's officially determined. But the ethical piece is big. If you want to change where public money goes, say it plainly so people can decide yes or no based on facts.
All right, let's roll on. Next up, the Portland Police Association, which is the city's police union, has filed a complaint accusing City Councilor Samir Kanal of overstepping with Portland's new oversight system. Here's the gist. The complaint dates back to March and centers on a meeting of the Community Board for Police Accountability, or CBPA, the independent oversight board voters approved in 2020 to review police conduct. The union says Councilor Kanal, who'd been invited to present, went beyond a supportive role. Kanal says he was there to encourage, not direct. The union has consistently opposed this independent oversight setup, and interestingly, the CBPA hasn't started hearing cases yet. It's still in the early build-out phase.
Let's unpack this. Oversight means independent monitoring and accountability. Basically, a check to make sure the system is fair and transparent. If someone shows up to support the process, that's one thing. Directing decisions is another. Why file the complaint now when the board isn't even hearing cases yet?
Good question. Timing could be about shaping the ground rules early. If the union feels the lines between council and the board are blurry, they might want that clarified before cases begin. That's something to chew on, huh?
Keeping it real. However it shakes out, the tension here shows how much is at stake in building credible oversight. Clarity on roles matters, and so does independence. We'll watch how the city evaluates the complaint. Next up, Portland passed the Right to Know Who's Policing You ordinance in late May. An ordinance is a city law. This one requires officers to display visible identification and bans masks or facial coverings for officers, with specific exceptions. The idea is straightforward: increase transparency and accountability so people know who they're interacting with. It was sponsored by Councilor Samir Kanal and responds partly to concerns about federal agents who sometimes operate without clear identifiers. There's uncertainty about how this affects federal operations. The city law doesn't actually empower local leaders to enforce rules on federal agents. Still, local leaders say they want to set a precedent, a model other cities might follow. There's pushback, though, including from local police leadership and the mayor's office.
I'm down for the intent. Knowing who's policing you is basic transparency. The challenge is the patchwork with federal agencies. If you can't make federal agents comply, the on-the-ground experience could still be confusing. But as a local standard, yeah, that checks out as a step toward accountability. Let's switch it up. Public tennis. The USTA, the United States Tennis Association, has proposed a 30-year deal to manage Portland's public tennis facilities, including the Portland Tennis Center, with those indoor courts a lot of folks rely on. The pitch is upgrades and cost savings for the city. The city is facing budget pressures, and on paper, the partnership could save about $1 million a year. The USTA says it would invest roughly $3 million, but the full upgrade need is closer to $10 million, so there's a gap. Supporters say the deal brings stability and improvements. Critics worry about privatization, which basically means handing management of a public space to a private group, and what that could mean for access and prices. Local tennis advocates are also protective of the community. Feel at the Portland Tennis Center, they don't want to lose that hometown character.
Here's where it gets really interesting. If the upgrades and savings come with tighter access or higher costs, that's a trade-off people should see clearly. Public facilities are supposed to be inclusive, so why risk the open-door vibe that makes them special, especially if the investment doesn't cover the full need? I totally get the budget angle, but the community atmosphere has value you can't always measure in dollars.
That's a solid point. Maybe there's room to lock in guardrails, clear access guarantees, and price protections baked into the deal. If they can nail that, you could get improvements without losing the soul of the place.
Last up, Portland's Mercury, the local news and culture publication, brought home 6 awards from the Society of Professional Journalists for work published in 2025. The SPJ, by the way, is a professional journalism organization that gives regional awards across the Northwest and nearby states. 2 first-place honors stood out: Nolan Parker's album review of the Barbaras Take Us for a Ride, and Jeremiah Hayden's breaking news coverage of the Portland Housing Bureau director being placed on leave. The Mercury also earned awards in crime reporting, features, and arts and culture. That range shows serious depth, and that album review's top honor signals cultural insight, not just a thumbs up or thumbs down, but why the music matters locally.
Love to see that. It's good for the city when local outlets are recognized across hard news and arts. Diverse reporting keeps the conversation balanced, and yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
Thanks for tuning in to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett from Portland. Have a great day, and we'll catch you tomorrow.